Hey everybody, we're back on Play the Percentages. Opinions allowed, judgment encouraged. And this is the podcast where we divide the spotlight 1 percentage point at a time. Every perspective counts. Bring your opinions to the table, and we're going to decide what really matters in the area of back to school memories. If you can remember back to when you were a kid and the excitement that came with going back to school, we've got some categories for you to place your percentages into today that would be, maybe kind of get the nostalgia rolling as we approach this year's school year. I know teachers may not be thinking about this nostalgic moments because they're going in to face the children, but when we were excited little kids, or high school, middle school, it depends where your memory bank stops.
And now we're in a different phase of life, so our children are, we can live vicariously through them. I remember like really big emotional moments. I don't remember everything from each school level, but I do remember the start of school, yes. Like the feeling. Yeah, the start of the first week of school and the last week of school.
Yeah.
And maybe the week right before Christmas break.
Right.
That's a
yes,
big one too, I think.
Well, they say like the emotional memory stays with you longer, right? So basically these are emotional memories that we have, right? Like it lasts, like if it's so meaningful to you, you probably will remember it more because there's emotions attached to it.
Right.
This is the science.
Yeah. I think some of these things may not even be emotional, but just their childhood memories. It's
right.
a week that, it's exciting at that age.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that what you're saying is all of these excited kid moments, in adulthood, you go back to work after a break or whatever, maybe you got a new pair of shoes or something, but it's not quite the same.
Well, if you're a teacher, yes, but for everyone else in the world, there's no 2-month break usually.
Yeah. And there's no comparing, adulthood.
Yeah, so there's no moment like this in your work.
Yeah.
Unless you're a teacher. You don't have days where you go, ooh, I got some new outfits after my week vacation.
Yeah. I'm gearing back up to
go. I can't wait to see people at recess.
Right, exactly. All right, so this is mainly going to revolve around our childhood memories,
yes.
But feel free to call in if you're 9 years old and you're on this. Give us a call.
That doesn't have to be a 9-year-old. It
doesn't have to be a 9-year-old.
Everyone remembers.
Everyone remembers.
I remember what it was like. And you know what? There's different phases, right? I remember what it was like going back to school when I was in elementary.
Yeah.
I remember what it was different going back in middle school. And it was way different going back in high school.
Yes.
The things that you think about are totally different.
Sure.
So depending on where you're talking, these lists can be completely different.
Okay, so here's the categories. New outfits, recess, and lunch we've added in because, of course, they go hand in hand. That's your free time. It's your only free time in school. Your friends, seeing your friends, being around them again. And then extracurricular activities. That's mainly middle school, high school stuff. But, of course, if you've been involved in band, sports, I put band.
Extracurriculars starts early. Don't you
put band
have extracurriculars in?
Yeah, there's some. They were more like clubs. So sure, right. Clubs could be in there too. But any memories of those, and then really, what are the main memories? What are the biggest memories? So I'll start off the bidding here today, as I normally do, so that Gam can teach me, what I should have said after I say it. The first thing I will talk about is the new outfits. Now, I was thinking about this, and I thought the outfits were sort of, they're almost like social status, the outfit. Because I remember I didn't get name brand shoes. And my first pair of name brand shoes was not really a name brand shoe. It was LA Gear.
Right.
But right. I felt like I had leveled up.
It depends on your definition of name brand. That was a name brand.
I know.
People knew what LA Gear was.
Right. So I didn't get it from like Sears or you're not
right, exactly.
Kmart.
You know when it's not name brand? When you name the store you got it from. Yeah. If the sneaker has a name, that's name brand.
Yeah.
If you got to say I got it from Payless,
that's bad.
That's not name brand.
Not brand. So I feel like social status is attached to the new outfit. So for me, I'm going to say that the outfit was 10% because it was important to me, but I had learned to live without it. So for me, I'm going 10 on the outfits because I loved getting something new. But I didn't always experience that, so I couldn't.
That's interesting, though, too, because of how much they're important to you now.
Oh, yes, definitely important to me now. And even now, if I get a name brand of anything, I'm excited to buy it.
I have seen this man tell each member of his family at different points in time to throw something away that they were wearing.
Yeah.
Those pants you're wearing,
yeah,
throw them away
if I thought
immediately.
If I thought they were ugly, I was just trying to help them out. But we were at the thrift shop the other day, and my wife was picking out some shoes, and she put them back. I said, no, you got to get those. They're Ralph Lauren.
Right.
Because they were a name, but obviously the thrift shop. All right, so 10 for outfits for me. Recess and lunch was big. I mean, this was huge. This was the social moment of the day where everyone interacts. All the girls I wanted to notice me, all my friends that I didn't see because they were in the other class. So the recess lunchtime was pretty big because I enjoyed being with the whole crowd, So I separated this from friends. Friends I thought of more like my classmates in the classroom.
Right.
So,
friends is just people that you're seeing
right
at school. You don't see them because you got levels of friends, right?
Yeah.
You got your best friend. You probably see them throughout the summer all the time.
Yeah.
You got your neighborhood friends. You see them around all the time.
Sure.
But you got your school friends that you
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 don't
love
see
seeing them.
Yeah.
But you don't see them all summer. And so the beginning of school, I think this is different now with this generation, right? Because
different.
These guys see each other online every day.
They see each other online, But we
play
would have to
video
gather
games.
in the neighborhood. So your core friends
Right.
were in your section.
There were people I did not see for 3 months.
Yeah.
And I would see them at the beginning
and
of
you
school.
couldn't really communicate with them back then.
I wasn't calling
maybe.
them on the phone because my parents
Right.
wouldn't let me call them
Yeah,
on the phone
sure.
because they needed to use the phone, and you only had one phone for the entire family.
Yeah.
They didn't have cell phones.
Yep.
So that was it.
Yeah, so recess and lunch for me is going to be 30%.
I guess you could have a pen pal.
Yeah, I did have a pen pal. I remember
you
that.
would have a pen pal.
Just one summer.
I understand.
We were supposed to write one letter.
Was he in prison?
No, it was not in prison. It was like overseas. It was like
That young boy is writing me letters.
It's a student from overseas.
That's part of my prison life.
It was like a kid from Brazil, and the kid from Brazil.
I
wrote
can't
back
wait
to
until
me.
some old grizzled man shows up at your dinner. I got through life in prison because of you.
Because of the letter you wrote me. I made it through.
10-year-old Mark wrote me a riveting letter.
Yeah, this would be like 35 years ago.
I drew inspiration every day. All right, go ahead, friends.
All right, so friends, like my classmates, people in my class, instead of thinking about the entire school, but my real, ride or die people, friends is going to be 30% as well because it's equal to me. I have that freedom moment where we have the party, basically recess lunch is an everyday party where you see everybody. But my friends in class, that was huge to me, like you said, to see them after all summer and people that I never got to talk to because there was no internet, which sounds ridiculous. But that's the issue. And then extracurricular, I was president of the school choir and the school band, as you may recall. If not, I'd like to remind everyone from Truman High School that I was the man in the music department,
Right.
which made you king of the nerds in my era. But anyway, extracurricular gets 30, which makes my list a little, I would say, boring today because I really evened out.
Yeah,
well, because I couldn't.
Whack.
My heart was in all three of those things.
I think there needs to be a new rule.
Okay.
I'll let you leave your list. I think there needs to be a new rule that there cannot be any ties. Because it's not a ranking.
Oh,
anymore.
you're saying,
Why not
30,
just-
30,
I
30.
could make up a decimal percentage so that
But what
all
if-
4 things are exactly the same.
Well, what if it is even in your heart?
That's
It's
not
about your heart. I'm telling you my heart.
Something's wrong with your heart. Because it's like these people that tell me they have multiple best friends. You can't have multiple best friends.
Okay.
Right? You
Yeah.
can only have one best. That's what best means.
Right.
You can
Yeah.
have multiple good friends. And someone out there, I hope they're listening, knows exactly what I'm talking about. But you can have only one best friend. We're saying your favorite.
All
right?
right. I just wanted to be honest. I wanted to be truthful.
Yeah.
That's my truth.
And you're not. You're not being honest with yourself. That's what's wrong with your heart.
No,
Your heart is deceiving you.
I have an equal love for those three things.
No way.
With outfits playing a small portion.
Then
of
there's
my
no
heart.
point in even asking the question favorite. Everyone can say all of them are my favorite.
Okay. Well, we're going to get some callers in a second as soon as they figure
okay.
out how to click on the button in the right corner that says, telephone, basically a telephone symbol.
Right.
But I know one of our callers probably doesn't know what that phone looks like because they didn't grow up with that phone.
Okay.
A young Lucas McFadden, who is here. Hold on now. You got to get him in here.
Yeah, but he's tech savvy.
He's connected. Is he in there?
Hello.
Hey, there he is. What's up, Lucas McFadden?
Hello, everybody. What's
Why do
going
you sound
on?
like an alien?
It does.
He's
He's
like a cyborg.
because he's got like 15 college football games on in front of him right now. And,
Hello?
And I want to
Do
say,
I sound weird?
no, you sound pretty good. It's very like you almost sound like the host of the show.
Oh, good.
For full disclosure,
that's the
Lucas
role.
McFadden is my son, and we've asked him to call in today to spice it up and really give us the perspective of the youth. He's 2 years removed from high school.
Right.
He's got more memories of school. So, Lucas, you want to break it down? We've
Not
got
even
our,
2 years.
Yeah, not even 2 years.
It's really a year.
No,
He
he's in
just started
college.
his-
It's not. College has a different excitement.
No, but
Maybe
I'm
that's
saying
what
he's
it
just
is.
only 1 year.
1 year removed
It's the
from
beginning
high
of his
school.
second
Yes,
year.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm still pretty fresh.
Yeah, pretty fresh in his mind. So, Lucas, elementary, middle school, high school, can you break down what you feel was the most, your biggest memories, in this realm?
Why do you
Oh,
tell
to
us?
go
what-
through all three?
No.
No. I
Or-
meant, I'm
No,
sorry.
choose one.
I just meant like
think
whatever
you
sticks
should
out.
announce which one.
Oh.
Like, what was your list for like high school, elementary
I
school?
probably was more like high school and elementary.
Right, because that's when you were the president.
Middle
of-
school had a lot of trauma.
Did
for
you hear
me.
your father bragging
I don't
about how he was the president
I don't
of the trombone society? Or
I don't have
whatever it
any
was?
good memories from middle school.
He was King Tuba over here. Anyway, so okay,
King Tuba.
what era are you doing, Lucas? Like middle
I
school,
think
elementary
I'm
school, or
High school.
high school? Okay, all right,
right.
let's hear it.
High school is probably the most enjoyable. So,
All right. So we got,
I guess-
you remember the categories: outfits, recess lunch, friends, and extracurricular.
Oh, okay. Well, then should I do elementary? Because I didn't have recess in high school. Oh, well, I guess.
We didn't think about that. That's a
I guess
huge
you could count
oversight by
gym.
Mark McFadden.
Could you count gym class?
Sure. However you
Sure.
want to do it, man. Just think
It
of
should
your
be
biggest
recess,
memories.
lunch, gym.
Okay.
It can be
I'd
be
say-
a smattering of memories from.
Anywhere where you had a ball in your hand and you were throwing it at someone.
Okay.
All right.
We'll go lowest to highest.
Oh, okay. We like that.
So I would say to start my least
Don't pay attention to anything he's doing.
would be recess or slash gym class. Because one thing, first, okay.
Did you say a
Sorry, I have to
percentage?
give a
Yeah,
percentage.
he did. We
Sorry.
drum rolling over your
No,
whole
he didn't give
thing
a
that you
percentage.
said.
I drum
Yeah,
rolled.
really, that threw me off.
I'm
I
trying
would
to say.
say recess slash gym, 20%.
Okay.
Because there was still some enjoyment in it, but I always had gym at the worst periods.
Okay.
So when I'd get out of gym, I'd go straight to class, and on a hot day, that would not be good.
Yeah, they don't really allow
Because
you
then I'd be
any.
sweating.
They don't allow you
Yeah,
any time.
it's really
no
terrible.
recovery
See,
time.
another difference in generations. In my generation, with a shower after gym.
You showered after gym?
You had a shower. You were in the locker room.
Wow, that is so weird.
Yeah, we had a
Never.
locker room, but we had no time.
For the record, I would have definitely wore a bathing suit
Yes,
in that shower.
and his
Hey.
tuba.
Now, oh,
All right, you got 20% on the board. What else are you gonna do?
okay. Next, I would say is new outfits. I would say at 30%.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can I say that at 20% as well? I know Gam just made the point of no
Yeah,
time.
we're going to start
but-
that rule next week.
All right,
Okay.
20%.
I'd say, you know what? I want to drop gym to 10 and put
What?
new outfits at 20.
Oh my lord! All right, we're gonna break a few
you
rules.
See, Lucas, how it's a cop out, right?
Gam is twitching right now.
It's a cop out.
No, he's thinking it through. We got to let him think it through.
He is. He
All
did-
right,
did a
good.
job.
All right, now we've got.
Even if there was no tie thing, I would still put gym
All
at
right.
10 and new outfits at
This
20.
is shocking too,
Just
because
because-
Lucas is a big. I thought he was big on outfits too.
Yeah, right.
I enjoy the new outfits, but personally, I didn't care that much because half of the time I had to wear, like if it was game day, I'd have to wear my jersey. So like I wouldn't have many like days to wear shirts in the fall.
And he's a school uniform
And
kid.
then-
School uniform.
Not in high school.
No, I'm just saying.
No, and I definitely enjoyed wearing outfits, but I think I was more into the being comfortable rather than trying to impress everybody.
Right.
Because 90% of the
male.
people were just trying to get through the day in their typical male.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, I guess now I appreciate outfits more. But in high school, I would say, that was like, and we had quarantine, so the whole first year and a half, like, I was sitting on the couch.
Another curveball we didn't think about.
Yeah, pajama pants. We did not factor in COVID-19 into this percentage.
I'm just being real.
All right,
I just want to keep it real.
You've got 30% on the board between those two, and now you have friends and extracurricular.
So, number, I guess, 2 ranking would be extracurriculars at...
Let's see how big this is for him.
30%.
30% for extracurricular.
Because, first of all, a lot of my friends were in sports when I played, and it would get me through the day most of the time, because the only reason you'd be able to play is if you didn't miss school. So I would have missed a lot more days of school.
Motivational.
If I was not playing sports.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, enjoy playing sports. Like, that was like, I still think about, like, I wish I could go back and play soccer again.
Yeah, and you dominate those 13-year-olds now.
Yeah, if you went back now, think how much you'd crush those 9th graders.
See, you like do a Billy Madison type of...
Well, what Lucas is saying is good for all the children out there. Get involved, kids.
Yes. Whether it's soccer or jazz band, like Mark McFadden.
Or jazz band. Well, Lucas did both. He did sports and music
for a while. He was really on his game.
All right, well, there's not much of a reveal for your friends because,
Yeah, friends 40%. Is, I guess, 40%, if my math is correct, which was my worst subject in school.
Right.
But...
yeah, you did it.
That's a good idea for a show.
Worst subject in school?
What?
Worst subject in school or favorite subject in school.
Or favorite subject. We're just talking about future show ideas with the listeners live. We like to do that all the time.
Yes, you're just inspired.
So let me ask you this. We got two parting questions for you. The first one is, you have friends at 40%, and me and Gam were discussing how we didn't see some of our friends for 3 months because we were... we didn't have the internet. We didn't have cell phones. We wouldn't call them. So if they didn't live in our neighborhood, we didn't see them. So you still value coming together with your friends, even in the technological age that
because what he's saying is you saw your friend, or you at least talked with your friends online. You know what I mean? You have more opportunity to talk to your friends during the summer than we did. So it was a big deal for us to see our friends. So he's saying you still cared about seeing them the first day of school, even though you've been talking to them probably throughout the summer. Or maybe we're wrong on that.
No, I think it's true.
There's kind of rankings of friends. So there's friends that you keep in contact with over the summer.
This is another
There's friends that you actually hang out in person with over the summer.
Right.
And then there's just people that you wait until you see them at school again. And you guys are
weren't listening to the beginning
back to
of the
hanging
show.
out.
I gave those classifications.
It's pretty good.
You did?
Well, no.
See, we're on the same page.
But we didn't think, because you guys are from a little bit of a different era, we didn't think that necessarily...
Yeah, I didn't think those applied to you.
I didn't think you'd feel as much of a disconnect from your friends because of social media and everything else.
To some people, it might feel that way, but I feel more of a disconnect because I'm a social person. So
he
if
likes
I'm keeping in contact over social media, it's still like I'm not hanging out or seeing that person.
He's an old soul.
It's a completely different vibe.
You know what you should do? You know what you should do? You should write those people.
What?
You should write them a letter. You need a pen pal, Lucas.
Get pen pals.
You need a pen pal is what you need.
I know a couple of people in prison.
All right, the final question we have for you, for all our callers today, by the way. So, Jill, get ready. You're on deck. We're going to ask you this, too. And I'm going to ask this to you, Gam, before I reveal the number at the end of the show. What do you think is the average cost, the amount spent by families to start up their child at the beginning of the school year? Now, this is just one child, and the family spends this money on... just clothing. This is just clothing.
Oh, just clothing.
Yeah, just clothing.
I was gonna say, there's a million.
Well, because we're talking about outfits, so this is the trivia question. So on outfits, one child for the family, the average American family, what do you think they spend, in that shopping trip for the first day? Just give us a number.
Gam or me?
Oh, you. Gam, we're going to give Gam a little time.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's fine.
This should be fresh to you, too.
Again, it varies just because what was...
We're just waiting for your...
It's just Mark again.
Waiting for your response.
For the sound effects.
I love the sound effects. Yeah.
Again, I'm not going to try and think about categories.
Yeah,
but
just
I would say...
Clothes and shoes.
I'd have to say at least 250.
All right, 250. You're on the board. 250. And I know right now, because I live with you, that he's doing schoolwork while watching 7 college football games on a screen because he can multitask. You know, that's another hallmark of this generation. But great job, Lucas. Thanks for calling in. Stay tuned because Jill's coming up, and you're going to get a different perspective from Jill.
Right.
Because she's
not fresh out of high school.
She's not fresh out of high school. This is the worst lead-in anyone's ever had.
She's not fresh out of college.
Right. All right. So somehow we're going to disconnect Lucas and say goodbye for now. But stay tuned.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, you're welcome, Lucas. I'm so.
Hey, you get a T-shirt.
Yeah, we'll send you a free play.
So you can play the percentage T-shirt.
No, the calculator.
And the at-home game.
We're going to do the calculator.
Right. That comes with the at-home game.
All right.
Okay. We got a board game coming too.
Enjoy the festivities, man. We'll talk to you later.
Awesome. Thanks,
where the pieces, little.
Yeah, we got. It's a great idea, really.
Silver pieces.
Now I don't know if Jill is available to talk. I know she's on a little outing today, so we'll send her an invite and see what happens. In the meantime, do you want to reveal your percentages, Mr. Gam Rivera?
Yeah.
All right.
I have to admit that this list, I know, even though I think it's a cop-out, I understand why you guys did ties, because this is probably one of the hardest lists.
Yeah, these are usually fond memories of these moments.
Yeah, all 3 of these things. And so I had to, that's why I said you should announce what era, because I had to choose an era of life. Because if you do a high school version of this with me, it's totally different.
Okay.
Do it. So I'm going to do elementary school.
All right, elementary school. This was young.
That's when you're the purest.
Young Gam Rivera, right?
To middle school, every outside influence.
Yes.
Starts to get in your head.
This is just pure excitement. You get the Spider-Man lunchbox. You're freaking out.
Yes.
You can't wait to reveal it to let your friends see you with it or whatever it may have been for you, Superman, I'm sure. Anyway, all right. Well, let's hear it. Are you doing it in order, or are you just gonna go random?
I'm going to go. No, I'll go in order.
All right. Build up the suspense.
So I'm going to do. Believe it or not, even though we just had this long talk about this and the differences in generations.
Yes.
I'm going to do Friends at 10.
Friends at 10. He doesn't even care about them. We talked about not seeing them all summer and reuniting.
I know. And I agree with all of those things, but I guess I just realized that I cared about seeing them, but it wasn't that. I don't remember laying in my bed the night before school going, I can't wait to see Michael tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
you were sociable as a child, right?
I was the guy who knew everybody.
Okay.
But maybe that was bad because I knew everybody.
But you didn't really know anybody.
A lot of strong relationships. I had my best. I'm a firm believer in a best friend.
Okay.
My best friend.
Right.
I would ride my bike to his house, or my parents would drop me off, or we'd have sleepovers. That was my guy. And after that, everybody else is just, I'll see you when I see you.
Okay.
So
friends 10%. That makes sense.
Still important, but I said this is a hard list, and there's really not much differentiation.
Okay. Well, I'm going to see where your real value lies then, because this is getting interesting.
I'm going to say. This next one is tough, but I'm going to say, and you could switch these next 2 with each other, but I'll do number 2, outfits at 20.
Outfits at 20%.
Outfits, they mattered a little less to me when I was little. If this was high school, outfits would have been very high.
Okay.
High school, that week before school, those 2 weeks before school,
sure, you
are shopping, you're getting the coolest stuff. You can't wait for everybody to see that stuff. So it would have been. But I realized it was still important to me when I was a kid. I had these shirts that had Giants players on them.
Right.
They had like characters. I don't know if you remember them. I'm sure they did that for every team. I was so excited to go in and show everybody my Phil Simms big head caricature shirt. but
Yeah.
20 for the outfits.
Okay, 20 for outfits.
And
That's
then this will give away the rest. And you could almost flip flop these two, but I would say recess and lunch at 30.
good. All right. And why did that get the biggest?
I was
percentage
excited
so far?
about. I would say that's an everyday thing. I was excited about what my parents packed for my lunch. I was excited about swapping. Right? Remember swapping?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Hey,
sure,
I'll
the
give
food,
you
yeah.
this. You give me that. You know, I was excited about. You remember lunch would always have days where it was like everybody's favorite, like pizza day.
Yes.
At lunchtime or
Yes.
whatever. So that was exciting to me. It was something you thought
Would
about.
you sit with the same table, or were you a guy moving around?
Well, in
Depends.
elementary school, I think you.
Oh,
I think
you
we
didn't
all
have a
sat-
choice. Yeah,
we
that's
sat
right,
with
that's
our
right.
class. In high school,
Right.
I was just talking about this with someone who went to a smaller school. They said that in their school, they had a small school of like a couple hundred kids. They sat all around.
Okay.
Whereas I went to Pennsbury, I went to a huge school, 4,000 kids. I was at the same lunch table with the same guys every single day.
Right.
You didn't. Everyone knew where everyone sat.
Okay.
That's their table. That's their table.
Now, did a girl ever ask you to sit with her at lunch? And did you ever oblige?
In high school,
Yeah.
if we were gonna sit together, she would be sitting at my table.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna go to an all
I
girls
see
table
what
and
you're
sit
saying.
with her.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
All right. That's just an interesting little
right.
you know,
But the real reason
social-
why I have this one high is because of the recess part of it.
Okay.
Because as you know, in school I was very athletic, very
very
fast.
athletic.
I
Yeah.
loved-
What I was to music, you were to
Right.
athletics.
And so I loved going to recess because it meant we were going to play tag and I was going to get to show everybody my speed.
Yes.
And no one could catch me, or we were going to be doing races or basketball
Right.
or football. So
Was
it
there
my-
is there an element of showing off? Because I remember doing things at recess to show off for girls.
It wasn't at that age. I don't think I was showing off.
No, I wasn't.
At that age, it was more that I was excited that everyone realized I could do something they couldn't.
Okay.
That
okay.
was what was cool to me.
So they're acknowledging your speed over
They
their
knew I was
speed.
faster than everybody.
Right.
They knew I couldn't get caught in tag. It was like a cool thing that I was elevated to the top guy
Right.
in that department.
That's
so
good.
that's why that recess and lunch, and that's also why extracurricular is at 40%.
Wow.
Because that was sports. Now I did do some sports in elementary school, but by middle school I was playing for my school. I remember people coming to the games. You mentioned girls. I loved when the girls would come and see me play
Sure.
basketball. At that time I was I hit a pretty big growth spurt. So I was bigger than everybody. I was taller.
Okay.
I already had facial hair.
Yeah.
So I was definitely known on the basketball team.
Now, did you attend school and behave more than you think you would have during the sports seasons to ensure?
No, I never behaved. I never behaved.
So you didn't have the same exact motivation as Lucas as far as...
I don't even remember that rule. It could have been a rule. The only thing that happened.
Well, there was
to
a
me-
grade. You had to have certain grades to be on the
You had
team.
to have certain grades. That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
I remember, and I did one time get placed on academic probation.
Right.
So as you know, like they talk about colleges. These Division I schools will make certain academic, like they'll let things go,
Right.
so that they can have a player on their team.
Yeah.
That stuff happens in high school as well.
Oh, okay.
I had plenty of Fs, plenty of Ds. Anyone who knows me knows I was failing everything.
Right.
But they always let it slide because I did well in athletics.
Because you were the fastest.
Right. And then one teacher decided that she was going to shut it down.
Oh, wow.
And she brought the complaint all the way up to the top, probably even to the Board of Education. I don't know who she brought it to.
Wow.
But she forced the athletic director, who was my guy,
Yeah.
and let me do everything.
Yeah.
She forced him to remove me from track. And she strategically did it. And if you're out there and you're listening, you know you did this. I'm not going to say your name, but she strategically did it the week we were doing state.
Oh,
we were in the state
my
championship.
goodness. She had it
Yeah.
out for you.
We had our
whole...
4x100 relay team was in the state championship.
She's supposed to look the other way on
And
the state championship.
I was failing. I told her, I said, I was failing all year.
Right.
You told them
You
this
waited.
week.
Yeah, you waited.
Because you only have 1 week to get
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
academic-
she waited.
Yeah, she waited, and I didn't get to participate
Oh,
in
my
the state
Lord.
championship that year. We didn't win, obviously, and
And what did you learn? You learned nothing.
I learned that I wanted to murder her.
You learned hatred. You learned hatred.
I remember laying in my bed every night thinking about, how can I end this woman with no one knowing?
This is what there's a lot.
She did teach me. I did learn it later on in life.
Yes.
So
Well,
I
thank
will give
God.
her credit for
Yes.
standing her ground. But
Right.
But anyway,
but as a teacher, and because you've taught in the school system, what would you do that, or would you go, look, you got to get it together. I'm going to let you do states, but you got to get together, for the rest of the year.
No. I would be. I'm a warning guy.
Okay,
right?
so you'd do some warnings.
I would have
building
been
up
warning.
Yeah, get it together before states.
You better get it together.
Right.
I don't know that I would use states necessarily, but I would be warning. As soon as I saw your grade drop, I would say, hey, listen, your grade's dropping. You better make sure. Hey, your grade's almost an F. Hey, now it's an F.
Right. That's more fair.
So that when I dropped that bomb,
yeah,
you were ready. I could say, hey, I warned you several times.
Right.
You didn't get your grade up.
Right.
So she chose to do it a different way. She chose to wait until that week, and
wow,
she got me.
That's amazing.
That's probably if it's not the saddest day of my high school memories, it's probably one of the day I was told I couldn't do that.
Yeah, and just remember, like,
devastating that was for me.
Teachers out there, you really have an impact.
Yeah.
I remember some like really great things teachers did, and I remember the really horrible things. And there's really no in between.
Right.
Some of the average, the day to day, yeah. But I mean, there are teachers that I'm still mad at. And teachers that I still go, that teacher was so great because we had this party or we did this activity. So there are moments that are just etched in our minds forever.
This talks about the generations again. I had a teacher that physically inflicted pain on me.
Oh, wow.
And he's one of my favorite,
right?
Not just teachers. He's one of my favorite men who have ever mentored me in my life.
Wow.
But he knew that I wasn't a kid that you could just say, go sit in the corner. I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
He knew that he had to actually.
Right.
And obviously you can't do that today.
The 80s
but
were different.
I'm just saying, it's not that I didn't like discipline. It's really about how you go about it.
Sure.
Anyway, extracurricular, because again, my time to shine.
You were the king of the sports.
Yes.
And we were both, and I don't want to say this again, but I will. We were both pretty popular in high school in our realms.
Truman must have been so different because I do not know who the president of the band.
No, I didn't. No one knew me outside of the music hallway.
I got you.
In the music hallway.
That's what I thought you were trying to do, the equivalency.
Right.
Like when you're the star athlete of the school, everyone knows who you are.
Yeah,
so I thought you were saying everyone in Truman knew who the president of the band was.
Right. No one knew exactly who the president was.
Okay.
And again,
I bet you this. Nobody even knew there was a president.
Yeah, they didn't even know they had a governing body in
the
school marching band.
I didn't know that.
Well, listen, we had some good memories and some bad ones. And what's interesting is that there's so many things in my life at this age, at 51, that I've forgotten. But there's still so many core memories of school days that were, 35, 45 years, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's important to have a good time in school, and certainly you're going to make a lot of memories, but those memories stick with you late into life.
Yeah, you shouldn't give your age on the
you shouldn't tell because
on the radio.
It will skew the crowd.
Yeah. We're whatever age, whoever's listening, we're your age.
We're your age, exactly. You can't tell from our voice, really,
or the fact that we have children that are already adults, and the fact that
with 25.
We talked about how there was no communication with anyone over the summertime,
no
except
internet.
through letter.
I think they picked up on some of the cues. All right, cost to send.
I told someone the other day. It was last year or whatever it was. Had a snow day, and they're checking their phones to find out if they have school. A snow day, and I was saying to them, "Man, I didn't have a phone. I had to go to the TV." And then I was like, "Wait a minute, I didn't go to the TV.
Right.
I had to listen to the radio.
Yes, to the radio.
That made me sound like I grew up in 1942.
Yep.
Like some guys, hey,
yeah. Well, these are the
today we dropped the bomb on
closing list, and they were and you'd sit there for 10 minutes because they'd read every school.
And God forbid you missed. Somebody sneezed or something when your name came up. You had to wait for that whole list to come back around again. Alphabetical order, right?
Oh, yeah, because you need the whole house to be quiet.
Somebody comes.
Quiet. Yeah, you couldn't get you weren't going to get it again.
Yeah.
There was no way of knowing. And so now we want the cost to send a kid to school. You've bought your children clothes and sneakers. I've done it. What is the average?
I'm gonna admit that my wife does most of the clothes.
All right. Well, what do you guess the average for one child? Let's say going to elementary school, middle school, whatever.
I'm gonna go higher than Lucas. I'm gonna do $300.
$300.
But I don't have any frame of mind or reference to today's kids' clothing prices because my wife did all that shopping.
All right. Well, I'm going to reveal the number. The number is $420.
I was going to go higher. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I remember one year, my parents didn't really cue me in on to how much they spent. But I remember one year I saw the receipts and they had spent $200 on me. Yeah. And that's then.
Yeah.
So I just did simple math and thought it's got to be higher than
now, if it's $420, what proportion of that is sneakers?
I would say it's a high proportion because that's probably the thing that people
big money. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the sneaker store when I was a kid. You had Jordans. That was pretty much it.
One
and
brand,
then everything else was just like you had different sneakers, but I'm saying as far as the name of a person.
Right.
Now, Giannis and Kobe, like everybody's got their Shaquille O'Neal and everybody's got their own shoes now.
Right.
And so everybody wants those shoes and all those shoes are at least $150 and up.
All right, so out of $420, give me the sneaker money.
I would say it's almost half, maybe 40% of it.
What's that? What's 40% of it?
Let's say 100.
Can you put it in money?
Let's say 180.
All right, 180. Pretty good. It's 160 is the average cost of the sneakers that the kids want to wear today. And if you're paying for that and you're a parent, God bless you. That's a lot.
Isn't it funny that the guy who made up a show called Play the Percentages couldn't figure out what 40% of 420 was?
It is funny. And I'm sure it would make all my math teachers have memories of me back in school saying, hey, I got a pass to go to band. Yeah. And they're like, well, your math grade's not great.
Somebody would come in and go, you can't fail him. He's the president.
He's the president of band. He has diplomatic immunity.
Somebody else gets put on probation, you pardon them.
Yeah, I could do anything I wanted.
I'm going to pardon you.
In the band hallway.
We need you in the drum line.
In the band hallway, I could do whatever I wanted.
Did you have to run for election?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. This story gets more and more horrible.
Anyway, thanks for joining us today, whether you were here live or whether you check it out on YouTube or Podbean. We appreciate you being a part of the fun on Play the Percentages. And we'll be back at you next Saturday at our normal time, 10 a.m. if things go well. If there's another fantasy football draft, we might have to switch our live time.
But no more.
No more. So we're going to be back with you, and we hope you join the fun on Play the Percentages. And we out.
Bye.